What is going on, collectors of YouTube? I am back with another review video. And as you can see, I am reviewing the NECA Kevin McAllister from the Home Alone movies. I mean, this guy doesn't really need to be... he doesn't really need that much of an introduction. I mean, Macaulay Culkin, Home Alone, Kevin McAllister. I mean, it's such a classic, holiday movie that, I mean, just seeing this box in Home Alone, I mean, you already know... what you're getting. And honestly, like, the only reason why I picked this guy up was because I do a lot of ACBA pictures. I take a lot of fig photography. So it made sense to pick this guy up. And plus, I've been seeing a lot of different photographers use this guy for just different different scenes, and it's pretty funny. And then plus, you get the little pizza box, the bicycle handle, and then the little rifle that he uses in Home Alone. But anyways, despite all that, I'll just briefly, go look around the box. So, of course, we got the front of it. Classic NECA front box packaging. Got the clear case. Turn it to the side, not really much, Home Sweet Home Alone, and then turn it to the back. Just we got some stills of the figure, and then we have Harry and Marv in the background, and then also available Harry and Marv. I did see Harry there, and I want to pick him up just because you can do all sorts of different poses. I mean, I even saw one scene on I believe it was Instagram. Somebody was using Harry just like looking like a bum as a side character in one of their pictures. So that's something that I would want to do. But again, I mean, these things are $30, so I wasn't really wanting to drop 60 for Kevin and Harry. So turn it to the front again and give me a minute and we'll get this thing cracked open and reviewed. So cracked open and out of the packaging, I gotta say that I'm really impressed with how this figure turned out. NECA, they always do a good job when making their figures, and considering that this is my second clothed NECA figure, I kind of expected what I was getting, and especially the way NECA usually does it with their clothed figures. They'll just pretty much take the same body mold and then just put different clothes on them. Like with the little kid body, Kevin McAllister, obviously it was used with Ralphie, and then it was used with the little kid, Jason Voorhees. So, I mean, NECA, they have the tendency of doing that, just using the same mold and then just slapping different clothes on them. But anyways, I can see why people have picked this guy up and then used him in their figure photography, because he's really photogenic, and then the fact that he comes with all these different accessories just makes him that much better. And again, I didn't pick him up saying, oh yeah, I have to have a Kevin McAllister in my collection. I mean, I have to have the whole set of Home Alone. It's just the way that this figure was done. You can use him just with about anything, whether you want to use him as just a standby with like your Marvel Legends, like have Spider-Man or whatever save him from a building falling. I don't know, just anything, or have him in a different horror scene with any type of horror character. This figure was just pretty. And honestly, I think NECA kind of had that in mind when they made him. I mean, yeah, you're gonna have the collectors that just want Kevin McAllister because they love the Home Alone movies. I mean, I grew up with the Home Alone movies myself, but at the same time, it's not like I had to run out and buy a Kevin McAllister. But again, I wanted him for my fig photography. And then plus, I noticed that every time I would go to Toys R Us, it just seemed like they had a whole bunch of these. They had a whole bunch of them at it was I'd say in November. November they had a whole bunch of these, and then they had a whole bunch of the Christmas Story figures, which it was just Ralphie and the old man. But they were there for a while, I'd say. They were there for a good few months, and then all of a sudden they just started disappearing. And then, I didn't see the Christmas Story figures. I didn't see Ralphie or the old man. I haven't seen them anymore. And then same thing with these Home Alone figures. They had all of them before. They had, Kevin, Harry, and Marv. They had a whole bunch of them. And then slowly but surely, they just started depleting and depleting until finally, when I went back today, all they had was just Kevin and Harry. So, like I was saying, I do want to pick up the Harry figure because, again, with him, there's so many different possibilities and so many different pictures that you could get him in, just as a standby, just bum on the streets that, you have anybody passing by, or if you want to do a scene, having Joe Pesci falling on hard times and he's having to dig in the trash as a bum. I mean, that's the way that figure looks. Which, I mean, in the movie, that's how he looked anyway. I mean, they were bank robbers. But anyway, besides all that, so let's take Kevin off of here and just get more into the figure. So before I go any further, we'll just take a brief look at the accessories just to get them out of the way. And as you saw at the beginning of the video, Kevin holding the rifle, this is pretty much it. Standard, BB gun look, looks like a shotgun. Pretty basic. Not that much texturing. You just got the pretty much black going right here, and then brown stock. Not much shading or anything to really speak of. Come on, focus. There we go. And then, of course, the handle. It has the camo look. And what's interesting is these are actually on hooks. So if you want, you can actually you can take this off like that and then go ahead and then slide it back in. So that was pretty cool that NECA included that. Again, NECA knows how to make good figures because they know that their figures are not only used for collection-wise, but people like to take pictures with them, which makes sense that they include so many accessories. Of course, comes with the classic screaming Kevin head. Pretty much, I think, why anybody would get this figure to begin with, because of this face right here. And again, get him into any type of horror scene, and perfect face for that. Have Freddy Krueger coming after him, and then, of course, got to have the screaming face. So, that was really cool. It's painted pretty good. Pretty good shading and on the hair. Eyes are done well. Doesn't really have the derp look going on. Eyes are painted pretty straight. So, pretty impressed with the head. Comes with alternate hands. Pretty much just grabbing hands. Oh, whoops. Pretty much grabbing hands. Then it comes with the Little Nero's pizza box. No fiddling around. Pretty cool. Standard, pretty much just a box. Taped right here. No pizza or anything, just a standard box. But of course, you could open it and put a pizza in it. And then comes with the bicycle handle. And what's cool is they also included this rope. So if you wanted to recreate the scene of where Kevin is going from his little tree house down to the ground, you can attach this rope to basically, attach it to something. But I have other plans for this rope. And of course, the bicycle handle. Gosh. Bicycle handle, done pretty well. Again, you can use this for any type of prop, accessory. So that's pretty much it for accessories. Included quite a bit. pretty impressed with that. So let's get back into the Kevin McAllister figure. So getting back to the Kevin figure, I just wanted to show kind of not just a size comparison, but also the little peg on Kevin's head. It's really a pain to take the heads off, so if you do get these figures, just be really careful that you don't break the peg on the neck. So I just had to show this off, because I'm going to be doing a lot of pictures with Chucky and Kevin. So anyways, let's get Chucky out of here. Oh, and cheap plug, if you haven't seen my Chucky review, I'll leave a little card on top, so if you want to check that out. So anyways, if you're gonna, like I said, if you're gonna head swap, just be really careful because of the little peg right here. And the hole, it's a real pain, so don't force it. If you feel like a little bit of a struggle, kind of just ease off and just be really careful. Like right here, I already feel kind of pressure. Just be really careful. Just try to be as careful as you can. I guess I've been kind of spoiled by the whole Mezco figures, because those head swaps are a breeze to interchange. I mean, so far, you know, I only have 2, Deadpool and Joker, but I can assume they're all the same. But head swaps, just pop it off, pop another one on, no problem. But yeah, I mean, these NECA, and it's not just him, it's a lot of their NECA figures. The head swaps are just a really pain. I mentioned in my Freddy Krueger video that the head swap, it was just a pain, and I almost cut my finger trying to take the head off. But besides all that, anyways, so what I was surprised is that Kevin's got double jointed elbows, which I was not expecting that at all. So you can see right here, very surprised they included that. But I mean, I'm not complaining. So I mean, that way you can get him in that pose that I had him in, where he was holding the rifle. You know, basically like that. You know, just get him like far back as you can. As far as double jointed knees, I've tried pulling up the pant leg as much as I can, but I would have to take his pants off, and I really don't want to do that. I don't think he has double jointed knees anyway. Ab crunch, there is none. Let's see. No ab crunch for Kevin. Just pretty much a flat body. As you can see, little cut right there, so he can turn to the side. Pretty standard. His foot pretty much just goes front and forward. No pivot or anything. But I mean, again, this is Kevin McAllister. We're not talking about Spider-Man or anything like that. As far as the head goes, as you saw, just a little peg on his head, so he can't, I mean, of course he can turn his head to the side. I mean, it's pretty standard. But as far as doing anything like trying to look like all the way up or all the way down, I mean, you can only do so much. So, can't really do a whole lot with that in that aspect. So overall, I mean, I'm happy with this figure. I have a lot of plans for him. As you saw, I had Chucky make a little brief appearance, because that's pretty much my next photo. It's going to be with Kevin McAllister and Chucky doing something. I haven't really figured out what I'm going to do yet. So I wanted to share this figure, get him out of the box, show him off a little bit, you know, give a reason why I got him and everything, because like I said, I mean, nobody's really running to the stores to buy frickin' Kevin McAllister. I mean, the only way is if you're gonna do fig photos, or if you really are a die-hard Home Alone fan, which in the toy community, it's not really that. I don't know. I wouldn't say that there's too many Home Alone collectors. You know, nobody's banging on NECA's door asking for the mom and the dad. And although I would like to see the uncle, that guy was a dick. But I would like to see the uncle, maybe, and you know, again with him, get him into some kind of different scene where he's getting jacked up by Freddy or Jason or something. So, in that aspect, I will end my review here, as I always do. Collect what you love. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video.